You guys like popcorn?
Yay!
Alright, so I have here a popcorn, right?
Yes.
Normal popcorn, right? Nope, nothing on my sleeve, just popcorn. And I have here a popcorn kernel, right? Perfectly normal, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is the new yellow kind. 21st century. Okay. So what do you guys notice about these things? They're both popcorn, but they're both different, right?
Yes.
What are the things you notice that are different about them?
Has a larger volume.
Okay. Large volume. Alright, well we pretty much got it, right? The big difference is that this one has a larger volume. We're scientists though, so we like to know as much about what we're experimenting with as possible. So we're going to go even farther. We're going to test out which one sinks and which one floats. So what do you guys think? Which one will sink, which one will float? Or will they both sink or both float? We'll have a vote. Pat, what do you think?
I think that the popped one will float and the unpopped one will sink.
Alright.
I agree. I agree.
Alright, let's see. Do you want to do the honors?
Sure, teacher.
Alright, sure. Alright, as you guys can see, you are both correct. This one sinks, this one floats. So, that's another thing. Alright, so why do you guys think this one floats and this one sinks? They're both popcorn, right? So shouldn't they do the same thing? Why are they not doing the same thing? Any ideas?
Just one's lighter than the other.
Good. So you guys remember talking about density in other classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
If this one's floating, what can we know about the density?
It's less than that in water.
Yep. And what about this one?
It's greater than that in water.
Mm-hmm. Let's test. Oops. Let's test their masses. So this is my scale. As you can see, it's a phone. 21st century. Things come out every day. So, alright. What do you see as the mass on this popcorn kernel?
0.1 grams.
Okay. Good job. 0.1 grams. Now let's try the popped one. Ben, what do you think the mass is?
0.1 grams.
Okay, cool. So as you can see, they're the same mass, even though they look differently, because they're both popcorn. All that happens when you microwave popcorn is that the volume increases, but the mass stays the same because it's still popcorn, right?
Mm-hmm.
You haven't added anything, you haven't taken anything away, you've just changed it. So we know that they have the same mass, but one has a larger volume, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that would mean the thing that we hypothesized is correct. That the density is what changed, and that's what causes one to float and one to sink.
Oh, very interesting.
So we used two kinds of observations to do this. We used quantitative and qualitative. Quantitative comes from the word quantity. You guys have heard that before, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That has to do with numbers, right?
And the amount
Of something, quantity. And then there's quality. Quality has to do with the characteristics something has, not in a way that would tell you an amount of something. Just, like for example, colors would be qualitative. What do you guys think the volume, would that be quantitative or qualitative observation?
Quantitative.
Okay, correct. What about 0.1 grams?
Quantitative.
Mm-hmm. And finally, what about floats versus sinks?
Qualitative.
Correct. There's no number, so it's not quantitative, it's qualitative. And there's a very easy way you could remember the difference. A super simple way. And that is that quantitative has an N in it. Quantitative. Qualitative just has an L. and N is for number. Right, so guys, repeat with me. Qualitative L, quantitative N.
Qualitative L, quantitative N, qualitative L, quantitative N, qualitative L, quantitative N, qualitative L, quantitative N.